Welcome everyone to a segment that touches near and dear to my heart. We've done so many segments in the past, but it's always good to hear new voices and new perspectives on bullying, preventing bullying. And we welcome in Travis Isgro and Jeffrey Schmelkin. And Travis, first of all, talk about presentation you did in college about bullying and what motivated you to do this presentation.
Well, I thought about it for a while because, when I grew up in high school, I was smaller, and especially middle school too. I weighed about 70 pounds. I played sports, hockey, wrestling, and I grew up in West Islip, which, they had a really good lacrosse team, number one in the nation and everything. So it was tough to grow up in a, society like that where everyone had a kind of a high head about stuff. So. And I was picked on the bus and things like that, and I've also done my share, and that I'm not proud of. But just, when I thought about it in class, I thought maybe that, I could inspire some people and everything, and especially because, I was able to get past that and do well in wrestling and stuff like that, and just to let people know that if they're going through a hard time, that, that there's light at the end of the tunnel, and, that you can get over that and fight, regretting it, because if you do choose to commit suicide and things like that, you can, you're not here anymore, and that's something that everyone lives in regret of. And I think that people try to do something when it's too late, and I think that that's where the issue is with, what you hear all the time. So that was my initiative to take action and do that presentation. So.
Awesome. And Jeffrey, talk about your days in middle school and your experiences dealing with bullying and how it motivated you to write plays and dwell on those experiences. But talk about your middle school days and what it was like dealing with a lot of bullying.
Well, my middle school days were not very enjoyable. I just want to first put it out there that bullying is a very, very big problem, but especially in the LGBTQ plus community. There's just, don't quote me on this, but there is a much higher percentage of children killing themselves in the LGBTQ community. And I can't help but think that a lot of that is due to bullying and the views of other people. And just children can be, not even just children, but high school kids, college kids even, can just be so ruthless if there's even the slightest difference about you, what makes you different from everyone else. And just, they see it as a way of, they can exploit it and can lead to, like you said, depression, anxiety, all these things, killing yourself. It's very unhealthy, and there have been things in the past to address it, but it's not doing as good of a job as we needed to.
Guys, talk about what it was like on a daily basis having kids insult you, say things to you on a bus, and then go home later in the day and read things online. Talk about that whole experience, what it was like on a daily basis dealing with the abuse from, let's face it, a lot of kids that weren't too nice.
Well, the one thing that you do when that happens is you isolate yourself and you go home and you try to surround yourself with that, which is the worst thing to do, because the isolation just leads to depression, and then you just eat yourself alive every day after school. So that's one of the worst things you could possibly do, and it was very difficult to have to experience that every day, especially looking at Form Spring, at a horrible social media where you could post something anonymously, and what do you think that people are going to really do? They're going to post something that's not nice or rude because they're jealous, and that's the thing that that's really the message, is that people are jealous, so they would like to poke at you and make themselves feel better when they really are insecure about themselves, and that's the key, is that to look out for that.
Very Excellent points. Jeffrey, what would your message be for a 13, 14-year-old young boy or girl in the LGBT community who just came out, who is getting harassed and bullied in school because they are a little different? What would your message to that young student be?
Hang in there. There were so many days in middle school that I thought, this will never get better. Everyone says it gets better. It really does. But there were so many days that I would come home and I would just think like there's no point to anything. Just terrible, like thinking back on things that people said to me earlier in the day. So many days, weeks, months that I just felt so helpless and like nothing would ever change or get better. But just hang in there. Keep doing you, keep being yourself. There are people that will not like that, but there also are people that will. I'm one of them. Come say hi. Yeah, just hang in there.
Travis, talk about, now that you're older, looking back on those experiences, what would your advice be for 13, 14, 15-year-old teens? Because I'm a firm believer that any kid that's different, whether it be gay, overweight, I think a lot of teens get bullied because they're the new kid at the school. I've heard a lot of those cases where a kid will go to a new school and right away, just because he's a new kid on the block, he'll be bullied. A kid might dress a little differently and get bullied. So many reasons. What would your advice be for those teens going through that turmoil? What would your advice for them be?
Just basically, just to hang in there, really. I know that it's tough because you kind of have a schedule that you're kind of forced to be there for 5 days a week and have to deal with that, if it's first period or sixth period, whenever it is. But really, after high school, especially, no one really cares what you did in high school and middle school, if it was, you're a top lacrosse player or football player or whatever. When you get to the business world, everything is new, and you make your opportunities, so you don't have to worry really about what happened in high school or middle school. And I look back at that, and no one ever messaged me about what happened in middle school or high school about this, and they grow, we grow up, and they might not grow up for a while, but that's really their loss. So you have to know that in your mind that that they're not mentally there, that they act like they're a lot younger and they're not mature and they don't respect people, because it's going to come back to haunt them, and you just have to just kill them with kindness. That's basically the best thing to do, is kill them with kindness and compliment, and you'd be amazed at how far that can go, because a lot of people, they think that throwing a punch back at them or going back at them, that's what they enjoy, that's what they want you to do, because then they're getting a kick out of it and they want to go back at you, and then it starts to a battle, and you don't want to play that game. So that's basically the best thing that I can tell you, is that just to be confident with yourself, and they won't have fun, and they'll just move on with someone else. So
Lastly, I want to ask both you guys, is that, do you feel going through the adversity as a younger person has made you stronger as a young adult in where you are today in your life?
Absolutely. I don't thank the bullies, because you should never do anything like that to a person. But having gone through it, I definitely feel stronger. I definitely feel more confident because I overcame all this. Just like even walking down the streets in Manhattan, I still get things said to me, yelled at me. But because I've had this past, I can just, I don't ignore it. I know it happens, and I know there's a problem, but I don't let it affect me. So it's definitely made me a stronger person.
And lastly, Travis, and I want to thank Jeffrey and Travis for sharing. Has your past experiences made you stronger as a young adult today?
Yes, it certainly has. I mean, I think that basically, I could just go into any meeting or anywhere I go in the world and just see like, well, why am I not good enough? Like, why can't it be me? You know, and who are these people that try to intimidate me? I mean, they're just they're just a human as well as I am. So when you follow it down to that line, it basically you could, you know, tell yourself that why can't you be the one? So, you know, I have a lot of confidence, and you know, when you have some success, you can believe in yourself, but stay humble as you do it. You don't want to get, you know, over yourself.
All right, great. Let's give it up for Jeffrey Schmelken and Travis Israel for sharing, and I think this video will help many people, and they both spoke from their heart, from their past experiences, and I think that their words are going to resonate with a lot of people out there, so thank you guys so much.